Morning, students. So the last lecture was interrupted due to some light issue at my place. So I will repeat some topics, whatever I taught. So the polyalphabetic cipher, as you know, the polyalphabetic means there is a relationship between one to many, between the characters of the plain text and the characters of the ciphertext. So you can see the examples of the monoalphabetic cipher that the letter L is replaced by the same character, and it is not on the position wherever the character is occurring multiple times. This L will be replaced by B. But in the case of polyalphabetic cipher, it will not be the thing. The alphabet L can be many of the replacements. So letter L can be replaced by B and I. So therefore, the relationship between the characters of the plain text and the characters of the ciphertext is one to many. So due to this feature, that is one to many relationship, the statistical attack is very difficult to implement over the polyalphabetic cipher, because the Eve attacker does not know about how many times a particular character is occurring in the ciphertext, and wherever it is occurring, then a particular character is associated with the multiple words. So one of the most common example of the polyalphabetic cipher, that is auto key cipher. In the auto key ciphers, we are talking about the streams. So your key is made up of multiple sub-key streams, in which the first sub-key is fixed and it is shared between the Alice and the Bob in the secret communication protocol, like face-to-face meeting, and rest of the key will be determined by the plain text character. K1 is fixed, that is the predetermined. K2 is the value of the first plain text character, and K3 is the value of the second plain text character. So this is your plain text, that is we are talking about the streams, so P1, P2, P3, and we are talking about the positions also in the polyalphabetic cipher. Then K, your secret key will be K1, that is predetermined, and so on, P1, P2. Your ciphertext will also be in the form of streams, so C1, C2, C3. And your encryption algorithm says that you have to implement the iterative cipher only. Means you have to take the first alphabet character of the plain text, so you have to add the key and followed by the modulo operation. The decryption algorithm says same thing, that you have to subtract the key, that is Ki, the first alphabet of the character key, from the ciphertext first character and performed by the modulo operation, which is 26. So the example is also shown over there. That is the plain text is today. So whatever the thing, the plain text character have to be converted into the corresponding integer values, and these corresponding integer values we can find out by this table. This table is depicted by me in my first substitution cipher lecture. So A is corresponds to the value of 00, T is 19, you can see over there. T is associated with the 19, again C is associated with the 2, and like this all of the values are filled. So my key stream will be what is, that is K1 followed by the plain text character. So my K1 is given to you in this question, that is 12, then it will be followed by all of the plain text character. So 0 से start होगा and it will be go towards the length of the plain text. Then what is the ciphertext? Ciphertext के लिए we have to implement the encryption algorithm, that is Pi plus Ki and mod 26. So the Pi value is 00, Ki value is 12. So mod 26 equal to 12. What is the corresponding value of 12 over there? That is M. So you can see the ciphertext first character will be M. So on like this, we have to encrypt all of the plain text character one by one. So in this example, when there is a repetition in the ciphertext, that is M, so your M is associated with the different plain text value. The first ciphertext character is associated with A, the second ciphertext character, that is M, is associated with T, and the third one, M, is associated with the K. So the statistical attack is not possible, or it is very difficult to implement over the polyalphabetic cipher, which is known as a auto key cipher. But in the auto key cipher, one of the drawbacks is brute force attack is possible, because my size of the key domain is very small. Just only 26 numbers are there only. So you have to run the for loop in this 26 time and you can decrypt the cipher. So that is the major drawback of the auto key cipher. So in order to mitigate this auto key cipher, drawback of the auto key cipher, play fair cipher comes into account. So what happened in the play cipher? In the play cipher is used by the British Army during the World War First, and the secret key is made up of 25 alphabet characters. Why it is 25? Because the character I and J are considered as same, and you have to arrange your 25 alphabet characters in order to make the key. So you have to arrange it into the 5 cross 5 matrix. Means you have 25 alphabet characters in which letters I and J are considered as same. So what are the method for creating this matrix? There can be multiple arrangement possible, but for the journal point of view, for the understanding point of view, I am just using the general scenario that we have to choose the upper rightmost corner and you have to fill all of the characters in the diagonal fashion. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H and I and J are considered as same. So I, J, and K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So this one be will your K1. So there can be multiple arrangements are possible. So your Alice wants to communicate with the Bob. She can use the K1. But if the Alice wants to communicate with some other entity, suppose Davis, then she has to use some another arrangement of K. So it depends upon your communication that which type of arrangement of key you have to use in order to follow up the communication and the data transfer between the Alice and the Bob. Now, what are the rules? If the two characters are in the position, so it says if the two characters are same in position and common, same in position means subsequent position, okay, and the common, then you have to enter one bogus character in between of two. So why we are doing that? Because we have to prevent our cipher from the statistical attack. Okay. So suppose, for example, in the text hello, the word character, the alphabet L and L are occurring 2 times. Okay, frequent positions, and these are the common one. So the rule says you have to put one bogus character between of them. So the bogus character can be anything, and it can be shared between the Alice and Bob. When the Alice and Bob are performed a meeting in a place, so along with the key, they have to fix some usage of bogus character also. So L, so bogus character in my case is X. You can take any character, and N, L, and O. Okay. Now the second one is the length of plain text must be even. If it is odd, then put the bogus character at the end. If not, then put bogus character at the end. So suppose your plain text is bat. It is odd in nature, odd in the length. So the rule says you have to put the bogus character at the end. So it will be BANTX. Suppose X is a bogus character. Now, for the encryption rule, what are the encryption rule of the Playfair cipher? So the encryption rule says, rule 1, rule 1 says that you have to read the plain text character from the given table, from the given matrix. First, read the plain text character in a key matrix, first read it and check its fashion. So there are three type of fashion over there. The first one is called the horizontal fashion, second one is vertical, and the third one is diagonal. So the rule first is associated with the horizontal position. So if the character sequence are found in the horizontal position, then do the replacement with next coming character. हॉरिजॉन्टल वाइज, ठीक है, मीन्स इस वे में. Now the rule second. So just like the rule first, the rule second is associated with the vertical position. So read the plain text in your matrix and check the sequence. If the sequence are found in the vertical position, then do the replacement with the next coming character. So अगर आपका जो character read हो रहा है वो अगर इस position में है, means right hand side, so you have to do the replacement right hand side. अगर ये left hand side पे है तो left hand side में आपको replacement देनी है. For the vertical point of view, if it is going to upwards, then do the replacement by scanning the words upwards. Otherwise, you have to do this replacement by scanning the words downwards. So I will give the example. Just listen to me first. Then rule 3 is nothing but association with a diagonal position. So diagonal position says that if the plain text character are situating in the key matrix in the diagonal way, so you have to do the replacement with the diagonal coming characters. ठीक है, so मैं लिख नहीं रही, अब मैं आपको एग्जांपल से समझा दे रही हूँ. So before taking the example, what will be the my plain text? The plain text is nothing but just like the stream of the characters. So on. What will be my ciphertext? Ciphertext is nothing but the stream of ciphertext value character. And what will be my key? Key will be in the form of pair because we are choosing two characters at a time from the plain text. So we have required two keys, right? So K1, K2, and so on, K3, K4. And it will be repeated until the length of the plain text is not finished. What will be my encryption? Encryption says that the ciphertext value is nothing but the key value from the matrix. And the decryption says that the plain text value is nothing but the key value from the matrix. Now the example. Suppose the example is hello. Same example. So first check there is common occurrences of a character in subsequent positions or not. Yes, it is there. So you have to place the bogus character. So my bogus character is X in my case and LO. Now check the length of my plain text. It is even or odd. If it is odd, then place the bogus character at the end. Otherwise, it will be okay. So yes, it is even. So I have to proceed. Now what will be the ciphertext? So first you have to scan the value of HE, LX and LO. So read it. HE. Where is H is over there and E is over there. So you can see that it is going towards this position, right hand side position, and in the horizontal fashion, means rule 1 has to be applied for the horizontal fashion. And what it says that the replacement will be done by the next subsequent character. So we can say H will be replaced by E and E will be replaced by C, this way. Okay, so it will be EC. Now LX. For the LX, there is L and there is X. So you can see the rule second is applied because these are in the vertical position, vertical downwards position, this way. So replace with the subsequent characters. So L is replaced by Q and X is replaced by Z. And what about LO? So there is L and there is O. So these are the diagonal positions. So replace these characters by the diagonal fashion occurrences of the character. So what is the corresponding diagonal one? That is B and X. ठीक है ना? इसके corresponding क्या आ रहा है common? B आ रहा है. इसके corresponding क्या आ रहा है common? That is X. So B and X. So this is the way you have to encrypt your plain text by using the Playfair cipher. तो थोड़ा साफ सुथरा डायग्राम देखो, सेम थिंग है जो मैंने बताया है. So you can check for the another plain text also. अगर इसमें कोई क्वेरी है तो आप अभी से पूछ लो, मैं चैट इनेबल करती हूँ, because there are lot of confusion regarding the Playfair cipher. One second. Yes, any doubts in the Playfair cipher? Should I repeat the topic? I maps to B. L maps to B और L maps to, फिर से लिखो क्वेश्चन अपना अरविंद. LO to BX. Okay. So here L, here it is O. ठीक है. So these are in the diagonal position. You can see over there. This is a diagonal one. So you have to cross check. Sorry. कहाँ गायब हो गया? So you have to cross check with the diagonal position corresponding characters. So like this way, what will be the common position? L, 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 and यहाँ से अगर आप एक line खींचो L, 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 what is the common character? That is B, right? So L will be replaced by B in that case. And what will be the second one? It is in the horizontal position, sorry, vertical position, vertical downwards. So X is the common character, and from the horizontal left position, X will be the common character. Okay, so O will be replaced by X. Sorry, O will be replaced by X. So LO will be replaced by BX. समझ में आया अरविंद? डायगोनल चेक करना है, कॉमन पोजीशन फाइंड करनी है, देन डू द रिप्लेसमेंट. हाँ किट, डाउट क्लियर हुआ? अगर सपोज बी और एक्स है तो कैसे करोगे? यहाँ से चेक करोगे इधर फ्रॉम लेफ्ट वर्ड्स. तो बी और एक्स का रिप्लेसमेंट क्या आ जाएगा मेरा? एल और ओ. और ये कहाँ पे होगा? एट द डिक्रिप्शन साइड. तो वो डिक्रिप्शन साइड पे आपके उल्टे रिप्लेसमेंट्स होंगे. सो दैट्स व्हाई in the decryption algorithm it says that is nothing but the key values from the key matrix. मेरा डायग्राम पता नहीं कहाँ चला गया. Anything else regarding the Playfair cipher? Then what is the size of key domain? In order to find the size of the key domain, Eve attacker has to find out the different arrangements of the key in order to decrypt the perceived ciphertext, right? So there can be 25 factorial arrangements he or she has to check. So what is the key size of the size of the key domain? That is 25 factorial in that case. And also this value is very large, so it is not vulnerable to the brute force attack. Sometimes it's vulnerable, but it is difficult and provides some security as compared to the AutoKey cipher and some another ciphers, the traditional substitution cipher. And the statistical attack is not possible over the Playfair cipher because we always do the replacement with the bogus character if there is a subsequent common characters are occurring in my plain text. So statistical attack is not possible. Brute force attack is possible sometimes, but also it is a very difficult to implement. चलो भाई अब आगे चले. So the next cipher is Wigner cipher. So Wigner cipher uses a different strategy to create the key string. So key is also in the form of a string. In the case of Wigner cipher, key is a string. Okay, but the difference between the Wigner cipher from the AutoKey cipher, that is, your key does not depend on the plain text character. But in the AutoKey cipher, the first key value is predetermined and followed by the plain text character, right? But in the case of Wigner cipher, your key will not depend on the plain text character, but key is the form of string. The key value does not depend on plain text characters. In the Wigner cipher, your key string is a repetition of an initial secret key. Okay, there is a repetition, but first the key stream is predetermined and it will be repeated until the plain text length of the plain text is not finished. The key stream is a repetition of initial secret key stream लिखते लिखते मेरा स्पेलिंग गलत हो जाता है secret key stream of length m where value of m should be belong to this range. For the Wigner cipher, because we are talking about the stream nature, so plain text is nothing but the stream type. Now your ciphertext is also will be in the form of stream type. Then what about the key? Because key stream is a repetition of an initial secret key stream of length m. Initial secret key जो stream है उसका length m है. तो suppose मेरा initial key stream मेरा k1, k2 so on km तक है. ठीक है? And key stream is a repetition of. So यहाँ पे क्या है? Repetition होना चाहिए. So k1, k2 so on km. And it will be repeated until the plain text character are not finished. So what should be my encryption algorithm says? Encryption algorithm says that you have to just perform the additive cipher algorithm. So Pi will be add with the Ki. And the decryption algorithm says that you have to subtract the key from the generated cipher text. तो यहाँ से मेरा cipher text generate होता है ठीक है और जरूरत पड़ी अगर आउट ऑफ रेंज जा रहा है then you have to perform the mod 26. This is the default one. The point is your key does not depend on the plain text character just like in the auto key cipher. Okay, it has its own key, but this key should be repeated until the all of the plain text character is not encrypted into the cipher. Example. Example is my plain text is she is listening. So you can see it is divided into the multiple strings. So it will be act as P1, P2, P3 and so on. P1, P2, P3, P4 and so on. Okay. What are the corresponding alphabet values? These are S is belonging to 18, H is belonging to 7. कहाँ से आई है उस टेबल से आई है वो टेबल में मेरा पता नहीं कहाँ गायब हो गया है I don't know. Then what is the key string? So key string is nothing but the word Pascal. ठीक है ये कितना है 1 2 3 4 5 6. So you can see over there is a repetition of this Pascal word until the length of the plain text character is not finished. So it is the 15 value is associated with P, A is associated with 0 0, S is associated with 18, C is associated with 2, again A is associated with 0 0, then L is associated with 1 1. Okay. So this key string K1 to K6 is repeated. And this is your key string K. तो यहाँ पे देखो कि सेकेंड वर्ड तक ही ये खत्म हो गया है करेक्टर तो मैंने 0 0 पे दैट इज पी ए तक ही अपना की रखा. Then what will be the ciphertext value? Ciphertext values are very simple. Just you have to put the formula that is pi plus ki and mod 26. So 15 plus 7 and mod 26 में जो भी आपका आंसर आएगा the corresponding alphabet value will be your ciphertext. Okay? चेक करो ठीक है ये. Any doubts in the Vinyasa cipher? It is very simple. Just you have to repeat the key string until all the characters of the plain text is not finished. Okay, so no doubts. So suppose in this case, K is made up of K1 so on 6. Okay, then again K1 so on 6 and M equal to 6. M is nothing but the length of your key. So suppose one case where M equal to 1. In that way, your K secret key will be nothing but K1, K1 and K1. Okay. So K1, K1 or K1 ही है, then it will be used as a K1. Means a secret key should be common in order to encrypt the all of the plain text character. Now, if it is the case, then it will be becomes as an additive cipher. Right? Additive cipher में क्या होता था? मेरा एक ही key होता था ना. एक ही होता था, उसका वैल्यू क्या होता था, कुछ भी वैल्यू होता था फ्रॉम 0 to 26, and we have to encrypt all of my plain text character with this key value. So if m equal to 1, then the Wigner cipher will be converted into the additive cipher. So you can say the additive cipher is one of the special case of the Wigner cipher. And also the Wigner cipher is known as M additive cipher because we are going to encrypt our plain text character with the length of the key which is nothing but m times. ठीक है, m ही है ना, उसके बाद मेरे सारे कैरेक्टर रिपीट हो रहे हैं फ्रॉम द की. So from this statement, Wigner cipher is known as M additive cipher. Example. So I'm taking the same example, that is she is listening as per the previous example. That is the whole plain text she is listening. And what will be the my plain text, in the key characters. The key characters are Pascal. So P-A-S-E-A-L. Sorry, P-A-S-C-A-L. Pascal. Pascal is my key. So now I am dividing my plain text into the 6 pieces. ठीक है, जितना मेरा लेंथ है की का उतना ही मैं डिवाइड कर रही हूँ अपने प्लेन टेक्स्ट को. So in that case, my plain text, the key length is 6. So I am dividing plain text blocks. So you can see this is P1, P2, P3, P4, P5 and P6. So I'm dividing my plain text into the 6 block. So first I have to use the first character, that is S. Okay. The second character, that H, is going to the word of second plain text block, that is H. E is going to the third plain text is E, that is P3, and I will be associated with P4, and S will be associated with P5, and what is L? L is associated with P6. Okay, so in that case, we are repeating the same, that is until it is finished, then this I will be associated with P1, S is associated with P2, and so on. अब यहाँ पे जब मेरा G खत्म हो रहा है तो वो P2 पे ही खत्म हो जा रहा है, तो आगे मुझे फिल करने का जरूरत नहीं है. So what I am doing over there, according to the key length, I am dividing my plain text character into the equal size block. So because my length of the key is 6, so I am dividing my plain text into 6 blocks and assigning each character correspondingly one by one block position. Then what is my key first value, that is P. Then all of the P1 block will be encrypted by using the key P. Okay? Then all of the plain text characters associated with block P2 is encrypted with using key A, and so on. So after the encryption, what will be the my corresponding character, that is H, X and C. वही same formula apply हुआ है, Pi plus Ki and mod 26. ठीक है, यहाँ तक मैंने encrypt कर लिया. This is my ciphertext block according to the plain text block. C1, C2, C3, C4, C5 and C6 will be generated. Now we have to again synchronize this according to this plain text sequence. ठीक है, तो जो मेरा S का इंक्रिप्शन है उसके बाद मेरा H का इंक्रिप्शन आएगा, उसके बाद मेरा E का इंक्रिप्शन आएगा, देन I का एंड सो ऑन. सो S का इंक्रिप्शन क्या है, दैट इज H. ठीक है, H का इंक्रिप्शन क्या है, यहाँ से देखो H. E का इंक्रिप्शन क्या है, E का बार मेरा यहाँ पे जा रहा है, कितना है W. I का इंक्रिप्शन क्या है, I का बार मेरा इधर जा रहा है और इसका इंक्रिप्शन है K, and so on. So you can see this whole ciphertext is generated. So we can say our Wigner cipher can be seen as a combination of M additive ciphers. So इस particular block में जो मेरा P1 था, that is SIN, is encrypted with the same key value, that is P. और एडिटिव साइफर में भी हम यही करते थे कि जितने भी मेरे प्लेन टेक्स्ट कैरेक्टर होते थे उनको हम एक कॉमन की के साथ एन्क्रिप्ट करते थे। तो यहाँ पे भी मैंने वही किया है कि मेरा जो प्लेन टेक्स्ट ब्लॉक P1 बना है यहाँ से, उसको मैंने एक ही की से एन्क्रिप्ट किया है। आई एम एन्क्रिप्टिंग द सेम की वैल्यू by using the same key value in order to generate the ciphertext. And after the generation of ciphertext, I have to synchronize it according to the bit positions of the plain text values. Now there is a Wigner cipher table. ओहो, ये तो नीचे आ गया। So this is the Wigner cipher value, sorry, Wigner cipher table. So this one, horizontal position values, is representing the plain text. And these values are representing the possible key values. So they can be multiple key values, na? Possible key values. So I'm taking the value from A to Z. And whatever the contents inside this matrix is known as the ciphertext values. So first, my plain text is she is listening. So first character was S and my key value is Pascal. So first character is P. So now find out where is S. Here is S. थोड़ा सा मैं इसको बड़ा कर देती हूँ, लेकिन बड़ा करने पे फिर प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा। चलो ठीक है। So this is S. Now from the vertical position find out the value of P. ठीक है, and check the common point. Common point यहाँ पे कहाँ पे आ रहा है? That is H. ठीक है, so this S will be replaced by H in order to find out the cipher text. ठीक, now check for the another one values. The second character is H and the key character is Pascal, so second character will be A. Now check for H and A. बताओ सेम आंसर है कि नहीं है? What will be the ciphertext value of H and A? H. Good. The ciphertext value will be H. तो ऊपर चेक करो क्या H मेरा आंसर सही है? हाँ, H मेरा आंसर सही है. So by this way, you have to see the Wigner cipher table. And also, what about the statistical attack in that case? So from the these positions, the ciphertext value and the corresponding plaintext value, you cannot say that statistical attack is possible or not because H is associated with two words P and A. But there are some techniques associated with the Wigner cipher that proves that the statistical attack is possible over the Wigner cipher. That is called the कैसी-किसी test. So कैसी-किसी test जो है वो हम lab में देखेंगे because it is part of the cryptanalysis. So you have to understand and implement that कैसी-किसी test in the lab. Then what about the brute force? For the brute force attack, because key is the repetition of multiple key stream. ठीक है, and what should be the key value? Key value. So now you say the brute force attack is possible over the Wigner cipher or not? Think over it. So I'm giving some clue. Your plain text length and your generated ciphertext length is same. So if somebody intercept the ciphertext and he and she knows that the Wigner cipher is used in order to generate the ciphertext, तो क्या मेरा brute force attack possible है? और Wigner cipher से उसको पता भी चल गया है कि the key is the made up of multiple key stream. Another clue. What will be the maximum key size in that case? Wigner cipher. Maximum key length, sorry, not size. Maximum key length. The maximum key length is nothing but remaining the same with the length of plain text and the ciphertext length. It should be same. Maximum one. So yes or no, brute force attack is possible or not? I'm giving 3 clues. The plain text, ciphertext and the key length is same. Yes or no? Yes, very complex, but yes, it is possible. Yes, it is possible because the key length can be maximum of the length of the plain text character. ठीक है, so अगर मेरा plain text character जो है वो कम length का है, then the brute force attack is possible easily. But if the plain text character is having high length, then according to that, my key length can be higher and it may be repeated sometimes, according to this key stream repetition rule. So yes, it is possible, but it is complex one. But by using the supercomputer and your high computing the scenario computers, it may be possible to decrypt the cipher. So the next topic is Hill cipher, but the Hill cipher topic is lengthy and I think we have only 10 minutes. So I will start this Hill cipher topics in the next lecture. तो यहाँ तक अभी किसी को कोई डाउट, कोई टॉपिक अभी रिपीट करना है तो बता दो, मैं 10 मिनट में कर दूँ. Any doubts? Manthan, Archit, Arvind, Yashita, Amit? Any other students? You have any doubt or you want to repeat some topic? No? ये वाला समझ में आया कि नहीं? मुझे लगता है मैंने थोड़ा कंफ्यूजिंग में से समझा दिया है. A Wigner cipher as a combination of an additive cipher. Starting of lecture was missed. It's okay, I will share the recordings. Manthan, I will share the recording. Okay, Amit, thank you so much. So thank you all of you for listening my session. Do you have still any doubts, you can mail me, and all the recordings and the PPTs will be shared. And have a nice day.